Welcome to Scoreboard Nation. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Scoreboard Nation is a show dedicated to 4 great mountain towns, some of our favorites: Park City, Utah, Vail, Colorado, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and Reno, Tahoe. We've got a really fun episode in store for you as we're going to be talking with the men behind Northland Skis. This was a household name that disappeared for a while, and it's finally made its way back, and we're going to give you all that information and more. Then we're going to be introducing you to a very special local athlete here in Vail, Colorado, Thomas Walsh. He just came home from the Paralympics with a really nice keepsake, a nice medal. And then, of course, we're going to be taking you over to Reno, Tahoe for a fun adventure over there. Now let's take our way over to Reno, Tahoe and see what's taking place at Squaw Valley with the Via Ferrata.
From the Tahoe National Forests and the home of the 1960 Winter Olympics, we return to Squaw Valley, the site of our next Exploring Our Backyard. Alongside Shannon Kelly, I'm Julian Delgadio. Shannon, we've been on so many adventures before, but none quite like the one we're about to embark on today.
Yeah, we're teaming up with Alpenglow Expeditions to check out Tahoe's only Via Ferrata. Now, if you ask, what is that? Combination of rock climbing and hiking. I think we're gonna have a blast though. Let's check it out.
Natural.
Hey, my name's Sam. I work at Alpenglow Expeditions, and we've been climbing Tram Face here in Squaw Valley for 2 years now. Thanks there.
Like this. Like that?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so we'll have you buckle your seatbelts there. Via Ferrata takes hiking to a new level, so it's really like an adventurous hike. We explore areas that are a little bit more like climbing, but you don't need any technical skills or prior experience climbing to climb the Tahoe Via. Squaw Valley is a really great and unique venue for the Via Ferrata because there's this iconic rock face, the Tram Face, that kind of looks at, stares right down at you as you drive into the valley, and you can't help but look up at it and just wonder what it's like to be up there. It's also terrain that has been permanently closed to the public and previously unexplored. And so the Via Ferrata is the first way to, explore that terrain that really hasn't been covered before.
This way?
Yep, just like that. Perfect, and now you're on.
Okay.
Via Ferratas were originally built in Europe to move troops through the mountains, and they've since become recreational activities, and we opened our Via Ferrata in October of 2018, and it's been a great way to expose the United States to Via Ferratas.
Pretty awesome stuff so far. A little tougher, I think, than I expected. Maybe I'm just out of shape though.
Yeah, but the view is incredible, and when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, nothing like nature to put everything into perspective,
I think for a lot of climbers, the most challenging part of the Via Ferrata is the mental aspect. They're clipped in and secured to this steel cable 100% of the time, and so they're in a very secure position. But mentally, a lot of times they have not experienced the exposure before, and so getting outside of their comfort zone a little bit and overcoming some of those mental barriers is really challenges people. And once they've overcome those mental barriers, that joy and accomplishment is really great.
That was awesome. I've never seen a view anything like this in Squaw before.
Yeah, and especially, no experience coming into this, super easy to figure out, and then you climb to the top. There's certain parts where it gets a little sketchy, but we're in good hands. Awesome day, awesome experience. Got to check this out.
Yeah, what a great workout.
Wow, what an incredible adventure that was. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we've got more of Scoreboard Nation. Welcome back to Scoreboard Nation. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now, we talked a little bit about Northland Skis in the beginning of the show. Now we're going to meet the driving forces behind it, the father-son combo. So let's take a look at my recent conversation. A great household name is the Skis Northland, and they went away and they've made their comeback. And I've got the men behind the comeback of the Skis, Peter Daly Sr. and Peter Daly Jr. Thank you guys so much for being here to chat with me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
I'm excited about the history and kind of just the tale of the Skis and how they've made their comeback and how you guys have really put the time, effort, and dedication into making each ski by hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as far as, the start of the company, pretty much the business was started in 2013. My dad's other side of the business, I guess maybe you should take this part of how the whole thing actually started.
Yeah, I was working on a boot project and always wanted to have the same ski. So the ski was never a variable in that project. So when changes were made to the boots, I knew exactly what was going on. So I at the same time, the skis all went to wider rockered skis, and I wanted to get more of a higher performance ski to test the boots with. So I had a few pair built and found that they skied so well that I went back in and started building more of these skis. And we found that, working with the hickory core, there was a lot of action that came out of the ski. So that was really the groundwork for building these skis, is to make a high performance carving all mountain ski. And we find that with building it with the hickory core, you get a lot of snap and a lot of performance out of that ski. And now it's translated into, developing the ski and bringing the best materials available into our ski. And Peter can go a little bit into the layup of the ski and how that helps in the performance.
Yeah, so while we do have the original Northlands were started in 1917 in St. Paul, Minnesota, and they were manufactured with all hickory. So we thought we'd continue to honor the Northland brand by using hickory. Now the core is not strictly hickory. It is also, we have ash stringers as well as pine stringers. But the hickory is going to be what is featured on the sidewall. It's kind of the main staple of the ski. Along with that core, we also are introducing materials such as Kevlar, carbon fiber, fiberglass. All are running edge to edge, tip to tail. There's no, tape or any small segments that are, taking part of the ski. It's the entire ski length because it's not just performance under your foot that matters, but for the entire ski length.
Which is one of the things that you guys are holding strong to as your core value, is to keep it that one ski, so that if people are trying to kind of diversify their quiver, they don't need to. You get this ski, it's going to stay consistent and it's going to hold true to what it is, but the biggest thing is it's going to allow you to carve.
Yes, and that's really that's the DNA of the Northland brand that we've brought back, is the ability for that ski to carve and hold on really many surfaces, and the versatility of this ski on the mountain. We can put that ski into really any situation and have it perform the way it should. And it's really exciting to hear when customers go out on the ski and they come back and they go, well, we were on harder snow in the morning and they held really well. When the snow got softer, they skied even better. So it's a very versatile ski that has come out of this, and we're really proud of what we've developed.
Okay, I have two questions. First one, if people want to get their hands on it, how can they do so? And two, you guys are putting all the labor of love into making each pair of skis. So how long does it take to make one pair?
So to address the first question, the best way is to visit our website. Through there, you can email us at info@northlandskis.com to get a hold of either of us. That is the way that most of our customers are getting a hold of us right now. You can also visit any of the Gorsuch ski shops, Vail, Beaver Creek, Aspen, any of those places. All of their shops will be carrying the Northland skis, as well as if you're out in the East Coast, We are in Hickory and Tweed, as well as Outdoor Sports Center. Both of those will be in upstate New York. Sorry, can you repeat the second question again?
Of course. How long does it take for you guys to make one pair of skis, since you do the whole labor of love right there?
Absolutely. So seeing as there is no part of this process that is being outsourced besides the final tune, which is done by a local ski shop here, we are averaging about 10 to 12 hours per pair. That is from milling the cores, gluing the core block itself together. So big chunks of hickory being glued with ash and pine, as well as, laminating edges onto bases, treating the veneer that we use that gives it that classic kind of wood look that you'll see even on the ski right behind me here. So yeah, about 10 to 12 hours per pair. And that is just on like hands-on time, not including any dry times for epoxies or glues or any of that.
And you guys are handcrafting all of these out of Steamboat, Colorado.
That is correct. Yep. Right out of our garage here located in Steamboat Springs.
Thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with me. It's so incredible what you're doing, and I'm gonna have to come over there and try some of these skis soon.
Absolutely. Swing on over. We'll get you set up on a pair.
Thank you guys again. Make sure that you check out northlandskis.com to get your hands on a pair. That way you can have a one ski quiver that's going to allow you to carve in the best and in the worst of conditions. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show. Welcome back to Scoreboard Nation. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now, we teased you a little bit about this incredible athlete that we're going to take a chance to meet, Thomas Walsh, who's an incredible Vail local athlete who just made his way to Beijing for the Paralympics, and he's coming home with a silver medal, and we just got a chance to chat with him, so let's take a look. I told you we were going to be introducing you to a local legend earlier, and I was not wrong. Thomas Walsh, who just competed in the Paralympics and got a silver medal in GS skiing, has joined us on the couch this morning. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
From everyone here at TV8 and really the entire community, what a big feat that you just did.
Absolutely. It's been a very lifelong, goal and effort to earn this, and so I'm really proud to bring it back and share it with everybody here in our town.
It was quite the adventure that you had getting to Beijing. Can you talk us through exactly what was happening as you were experiencing the COVID tests and kind of the delays, and then that last minute, just like moment of glory where you got to go?
Absolutely. So I was supposed to travel with our team to a training camp, and we're required to do COVID tests before we go to ensure everybody's health and safety. And unfortunately, the morning before I was supposed to leave, I tested positive for COVID. And so that kind of delayed my entire journey there. And I had to go through tests every single day and try to get a consecutive amount of negative tests, which there's a whole lot of things going on. I didn't really know how it all worked between the US and China. And so eventually I got it. I finally traveled to team processing about a week and a half late. And I actually made it to China less than 24 hours before my first competition.
Oh, cutting things so close.
Absolutely, and I was exhausted. The time change between here and Beijing is, I believe it's like 18 hours, and so I was just struggling to stay awake, but I was just so happy to be there. And each race I did, I got a little bit better, and then finally in the GS, I got a silver medal, and so I guess it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it in the end, and you work with some great athletes. Steven Nyman is one of your very close mentors, and so I'm sure he is over the moon for you right now.
Absolutely, and I got the wonderful opportunity to actually video talk with him in the little interview after the race, and having support from all of Team USA and all the athletes who compete in various different sports was really beneficial.
And so how many disciplines did you compete in total?
I competed in 4 events, Super G, Super Combined, GS, and Slalom.
And obviously the GS is the one that you came out the most on top with, but which one was your favorite one to compete in?
I personally really like the Super Combined event, which is 1 run of Super G and 1 run of Slalom. Unfortunately, they're kind of phasing that event out, but I really like it.
I feel like that event is so intense because you have to shift your brain so much between each discipline that you do, because one of them is so much hand-eye coordination, and then one of them is just so much strength.
Exactly, and it kind of really balances the whole all-around skier more than just one, discipline-specific focus.
And now that you've done Beijing, what are your next steps? Where are you going?
I have committed to go another four more years.
Oh man.
It seems like it's a long time, but as an athlete, between this games and the previous ones, it goes really quickly. And I'm only getting older, so I want to do it while I'm young and fit and healthy. So I'll go 4 more to Milano Cortina and continue to train with the U.S. Paralympic Alpine Ski Team and race in the World Cup, and we'll see where this journey takes me.
And what are your favorite moments from being in Beijing? Obviously, you had a great team there, and you got to be with all the teammates that you usually compete with. And we've got some pictures, and the excitement and the happiness that's on your face is something that, like, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and this one captures it perfectly. And this is one of your technician who lives here.
Yes, this is AJ Holke, who lives in Edwards, and really bringing our community with me on the road with the team and having that kind of support system while I'm gone has been huge. But one of my real true favorite moments was simply being present. I went into this games a little questionable about how I perform. I hadn't trained, I'd been home, I'd been dealing with COVID, I'd been isolated. Mentally, emotionally, it had been a really difficult journey. And so being able to perform and have those moments is really what was most special.
I can only imagine. And then getting to come home to your family and your friends and everyone who's so excited to have you back and so, like, over the moon for you. Because this is not just a small accomplishment. This is life-changing.
Absolutely, and I guess it sometimes I fail to see that because I try to just be me. But I do see the importance of it, and it really is something that I will remember forever.
The most humble ski instructor on Vail Mountain, right here.
I was in uniform with a student actually yesterday, and it was really nice to have some random people come and say hello, and it was very, very honoring, and it really made me feel important in this community and know that there's people looking out and really enjoy to see what I do, and so know that I can give this back to them to say I wasn't it.
I mean, it's incredible what you do, and it's incredible that you stay so humble, but that you do have this drive to share it with the kiddos that come out here or the families that come out here to just give them this love of skiing that you've carried with you for so long.
Absolutely, skiing is a sport that I think everybody could participate in, and I love sharing that. And so maybe now my students will listen to me a little bit better if I tell them I have a medal.
Yeah, there you go. Excuse me, do you not know who I am? I have a silver medal right now, and like you should probably just take these pointers. You've had a very intense travel season. Not only were you in Beijing, which that was a hard time change, but you've competed in some other crazy places this season as well.
Absolutely, we traveled to Europe as a team many times. Our World Championships were in Norway. And so as skiing is more primarily European-focused sport, we spent a lot of time over there. And so getting to go there and come back for Christmas and jump all around is something I'm really blessed to do. But also now I'm really blessed to be home for a little bit and ski in Colorado, ski with my friends, spend some time with the family, and feel a little more relaxed before I start training again.
And when you guys start training, how intense is the training? What are you doing to stay in shape and stay conditioned for this really intense sport that you do?
Yeah, skiing is very, very physically demanding. I have strength conditioning coaches, and I actually work out here at the Westin in Avon, which is a wonderful facility, and I love working out there. And so I do my strength conditioning there. I spend a lot of time on paddleboard and mountain biking. And then I also travel to camps throughout the year with our coaches in different locations in Mount Hood, Oregon, or Mammoth, California, or Europe. And then I also work with a mental performance coach who helps me train my brain and my mind and visualization. And I have really found that part of the sport is really important and really is what kind of carried me through this recent struggle I have with COVID. So trying to stay sharp on all kind of levels, focusing on sport has been really good. And we do that year round.
I had not thought of that aspect, and we talk a lot about mental health here on TV8 and Good Morning Vail, only because it is something that's so important. And so having that mental health coach to kind of guide you through and strengthen you while you are in a crisis like the COVID situation had to be so helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it comes to mental health and mental performance and, kind of sport-specific things, but also overall well-being. And that kind of training and making sure my mental health was in good check in order to perform, to make sure my mental performance, they're kind of hand in hand, was what I think really helped me just do what I had to do when I hadn't had that training that I wanted. And so kind of relying on that and leaning back and trusting my body and trusting what I had and knowing that, okay, Thomas, I'm healthy now, I'm here now, everything is okay, now I just need to ski. And so kind of having that strength and those tools to help me even when I'm skiing, but also when I'm at home, are something that are great. And I think everybody should explore those tools.
100%. And it's really cool to hear from someone like you who people obviously idolize and look up to in the utmost incredible way, that you do focus on your mental health and you do take that time to have that mental performance so that it does bring your skiing and your ability to be present in that moment and when you're on the course to the next level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very important.
Thomas, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us and bringing your gigantic silver medal, and congratulations again from us here at TVA and really the entire community. You're a rock star.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, that wraps up our journey for today. We want to thank all of our crews that contributed to this episode of Scoreboard Nation, Park City Television, Nevada Sports Network, and TV8 Vail. Make sure that you check out our website at thescoreboardnation.com for all of your local and regional content. We'll see you next time right here on Scoreboard Nation.